Hello and welcome back. Aria, what the hell are you doing, dude? There's simply no space for you right here. What the hell? Y'all, when I tell you that the play button in this house sets off the crazies, and by the crazies, I mean my damn animals, dude. It, stepping all over the computer, no respect. Girl, just stay right there, okay? You just lay down. Holy shit, dude. Um, Aria, no, no. No, no. You just lay right here, mama. Up here. Come on. There you go. There you go, lay here. Okay, good job. Smart girl. Do not meow, though. Do not meow. She meows so loud. It's piercing. I can hear her from the next neighborhood over. Yeah, guys. Welcome back. Um, to another episode of Insufferable with me, your host, Lindsay. How? We got another hot mess of a weekend episode for you today because I just slept the whole day away, ain't gonna lie. I had a business meeting this morning that turned into a business lunch, which then turned into a like 5-hour nap. And so we are coming to you in the evening today, and which means there's no natural light in here. It is dark outside, so I do have to use the old box light over there, which is also why I'm rocking the sunglasses today. So, I'm also in my jammas, and we do have Hank here. And you know what? I'm going to try to get through this. Okay? I wasted my day away. And you know what? I got a case of the lazies, and I've had it for about 15 years. Yep. Case of the lazies. That's a diagnosis, if you were wondering. And your bitch just constantly wants to lay down. What the fuck is that about? Because I actually love the outdoors. I love nature. I love hiking. I love going to the gym. I love going out with friends. I love to be outside. I love the sunlight. But for some reason, my body does not want me to do anything but lay down. And it's very annoying. Very annoying. So I got to get that figured out, which kind of brings me into the topic that I wanted to discuss slash rant about is the healthcare system in America. Okay. Tell me why I'm on Medi-Cal right now because, I don't have a job. And, Medi-Cal is not known for being good. We'll say that. She's not known for, top quality care. Okay. I know that. You know that. I'm not trying to say that she is. However, I've had insurance through a job before, and it is just as bad. In fact, everything costs more when you're actually paying for health insurance. And I don't know how that works out. Like the math is not mathing, and you're not fooling me. And it really fucking pisses me off. Okay. When you're on Medi Cal, you know, you be getting the care that you need free of cost, right? It's not great care. It's not fast care, but nonetheless, it is care. So if you're not a chronically sick person and you kind of just need to go every now and again to the doctor for a little checkup, a little preventative care, you know, it doesn't really suck being on Medi-Cal. Would I like a private insurance? No, actually, because it's just as bad. When I had the insurance at my damn job, Blue Shield, motherfuckers didn't want to give me any care at all. Every time I tried to get anything done with a doctor, they were straight up like, "You are tripping, you don't need this." And I'm like, "The doctor said I needed it." And I only kinda have one thing that I'm trying to figure out, because I have hypothyroidism, okay? That is a underactive thyroid. That's what makes me a lazy fucking bitch, okay? I don't have any energy. My body does not produce energy. Okay? The only thing that gives me energy is obligation. If I'm obligated to show up for a shift or show up for a meeting or, go somewhere where someone's, waiting for me there, the obligation can get me up to go. But if I don't have an obligation, then my body is simply, out of service. She doesn't want to do anything at all. And while I would love to get that figured out, and there's some other ailments I would like to get figured out. I would like to get that PCOS diagnosis so somebody will fucking, help me stop vomiting every time I have a damn period. I mean, it's dramatic. But anyway, the only thing I ever really go to the doctor for is my thyroid, okay? And I need to go get a blood panel to see what my thyroid hormone levels are so they can adjust my medication based on those levels. Okay? It's a very delicate process. Okay? And my medication dosage is, really high right now. I need to figure out if it's even working because your bitch took a 5-hour nap today for no good reason. Okay? I haven't even been to the gym in a week because I don't have a damn car. Anyways, the only thing I really need to do is get a blood test and for my doctor to up or, decrease my dosage. Blue Shield trying to tell me you don't have a thyroid. I said, "Bitch, what are you talking about? Yes, I do have a thyroid and it sucks, by the way. It doesn't even fucking work. So, what the fuck?" They literally argued with me to the end of time that I didn't need to get blood work for my thyroid until they finally fucking let me do it. And they were like, "You might have to pay for it, like, out of pocket, and then, like, we'll reimburse you later." Bro, what the fuck am I even paying nearly $300 a month for? As soon as you start paying for that private insurance, they don't wanna give you shit. When you're on Medi-Cal, they can't really deny you a lot of stuff because it's not like they're gonna pay for anything you're getting. So, when you on Medi-Cal, they wanna get you all that preventative shit done. They wanna get your lipid panels done. They wanna make sure that you're not gonna have a heart attack down the road because that's actually gonna cost the taxpayers. If you have and the private insurance payers too, you guys pay more as well when people, have heart attacks and they ain't got no damn insurance. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, sound off in the comments if you actually have a fucking insurance that gives a shit about you. Because if you do, I'm going to assume you're lying because they literally don't want to cover anything. It is crazy. It is crazy. Is even like car insurance. When you get in a car accident or like somebody scrapes your car and you want to use your insurance to get it repaired, get a little repairs or whatever, they're like, "We'll do it, but you are going to have to pay double moving forward every month because we paid for this." So instead of paying $100 a month for your car insurance, we'll fix the scratch on your car, but now you're paying $200 per month for car insurance. Bro, what? Now I'm even scared to use the insurance because they're going to up my damn rates. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely fed up. And tell me why Medicare don't even know what they're fucking doing either. the systems, I don't even know dude, don't even fucking get me started on the systems. Who fucking knows what they are doing out there? Tell me why I had a fucking doctor assigned to me through Medi-Cal, okay? You can't really be picky when you're on Medi-Cal, you get the doctor that you're assigned to. Unless you got a doctor and you know that they take Medi-Cal, you're gonna take the doctor that they assign to you. They assigned me a doctor. It's in a different fucking city in a different fucking county, which is stupid and beside the point. Just one of the points, to be honest. Got me a fucking doctor fucking an hour away for no good reason. And I'm like, okay, my medication's about to run out. They're not going to refill me unless I have a blood test to prove that I have hypothyroidism, as if I want to pretend like I have it. Okay. So I call up the doctor and I said, I need to make an appointment. And they're like, we are no longer part of the service. I said, "Oh, you know what? I actually got something in the mail." So I looked at the little piece of mail that I got sent like a couple of days ago, and they're talking about, "Oh, doctor, blah, 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 is no longer part of the Medi Cal program." Okay. We have assigned you to a new doctor. Here is their name and their address and their phone number, along with new insurance cards with their name, address, and phone number on it. That is your primary care provider now. If you need to see a doctor, this is the doctor that you are going to see. You have been assigned to this doctor. So I said, okay, cool. I got all their information right here. And I got my new card too. So I'm going to have no issues. I call them up. I say, hey, I'm a new patient. I need to make an appointment. And they're like, what is your insurance? And I said, I have Medi-Cal. And they said, oh, we actually don't take Medi-Cal patients and we haven't taken, first of all, Medi-Cal patients. Secondly, new patients. We don't take new patients either. And we haven't for 5 years. We have been blocked from taking Medi-Cal and new patients for 5 years. And I said, that's interesting because they just sent me something in the mail saying that you are my new doctor. Like I was assigned to you. You were assigned to me. And they're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they got it all mixed up in the system because we do not take Medi-Cal patients. I said, girl, are you serious? Turns out I gotta have a whole new medical group so that I can at least have a doctor in my fucking area because I don't have a fucking car. So if I do go to the doctor eventually to get my fucking thyroid labs, I'm gonna have to take the bus, girl. You think I want to take the bus to Westminster? No, I do not. So now I'm over here like, okay, I need to call and fucking switch my whole shit around. I've done this before, and when they hear that that's what you want to do on the phone, they're like, oh God, this is gonna take forever. Are you sure you want to do this? Am I sure? I already waited on hold for 40 minutes. Yes, I want to do this. It needs to get done. And you're the only one who can do it. So let's go ahead and do it. They get so fucking ticked every time. Girl, I don't want to be here either. Are you fucking serious? I wish I could just do in a fucking walk-in clinic. I wish I could just order the damn test myself and pay for it myself and fucking send it to a fucking private doctor at Cedar Cyanide. I don't want to be here either, girl. You got me fucked up if you're gonna make me feel bad for calling, okay? I do not want to call. So I call. I'm on hold for 90 minutes. Classic Medi-Cal. Classic, any kind of state funded, any kind of situation. Okay, 90-minute wait. Somebody finally picks up. I said, I need to switch my medical group. Click, click. They fucking hung up on me. After 90 minutes of being on hold, they hung up on me because they did not want to switch my medical group because I know it's a fucking hassle for them. Bro, this is crazy work. Meanwhile, this is more than half my day I spent trying to do this, trying to get a fucking simple ass appointment with the doctor that was assigned to me. I'm not trying to go out of network. I'm not trying to, do anything fancy. This is the doctor that you assigned to me. This should be easy. But it never is it? It never is. So it turns out I had to get someone to fund. I had a little crowdfunding to see a doctor and pay out of pocket. Okay? And I will report back if this actually turns out good because I did get it off of a like Instagram ad. It's like for women's health. And I really need to get those hormones checked out. I need to get that PCOS diagnosis if that's what it is. I need to figure out why I'm such a fucking laze. And it turns out it's going to be several $1,000s probably, I don't know actually, to pay for all of this stuff out of pocket. And I think that's kind of how the design works. That is the design. They want you to be so frustrated with your insurance, whether it's Medi-Cal or it's private insurance. They want you to be so fucking frustrated that you'll just pay for it out of pocket because you're desperate. You need answers. You need to get the test done. You need, whatever it may be. You are desperate and you're just going to pay for it out of pocket and then maybe fight for it later. Send in that invoice to the old Blue Cross, Blue Shield, or whoever the fuck you got. They all suck. There's not one of them that is good, okay? And I grew up really fucking sick, in and out of the hospital. We'll get into that in another episode, but I already know my mom was constantly fighting with some damn insurance companies. And I had some weird shit going on too, some weird illnesses. And I already know that she had a time, a big old time dealing with these damn insurance companies. So, um, yeah, so that is the lore of kind of this week. Still no car. Still no car. Can you believe it? I can. Um Yeah. I don't know. I'm still in my manifestation game, okay? We are still living in abundance in many other ways. So I'm not incredibly worried about the car situation. I'm just, I'm losing my independence without the car, which I really do not like. I like my independence. I like to be able to do stuff like that I can do. Luckily, I have a lot of people in my life that will help me if I need it, Like I am going to be getting an ultrasound on the old ovaries tomorrow and my brother is going to take me. So that's actually pretty cool. My brother has he's like a I don't know, I wouldn't say he's a car guy, but he does have a fancy Tundra, a nice, new, very expensive Toyota Tundra. And any chance he can get to drive it, whether it's very inconvenient or not, he's game. So, yeah, I'm gonna be having him taking me actually all around town tomorrow. So that'll be cool. And then, in the evening, I'm gonna be going to um a show. He and my dad are in a band together, which is pretty cute if you think about it. My brother's drumming and my dad's playing guitar. Or is he playing bass? I think he's playing guitar. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen their show yet, but I'm gonna go see them play a show in San Juan Capistrano, which I haven't been there since I was like in the fourth grade when we had to do missions. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember having to build missions in school? Like, like literally built like miniatures of them. Is that what it's called? Building missions in school. Traditional fourth grade project that involves creating a model of one of the 21 historical Spanish missions in California, typically using household materials like sugar cubes, cardboard, and popsicle sticks. Did you guys do that? If you're from California, tell me if you have done the California mission um building. Like, yeah, creating dude, that shit was sick too. And my mom is incredibly creative and an artist. So I remember we fucking popped off with those missions. They were not, dude, they were like miniatures. You know in Beetlejuice in the attic, how he was building miniature like fucking cities and stuff or whatever. That's how my mom fucking made us do our missions. She was not playing around, dude. If there was some kind of creative project like in school, like my mom made sure it was going to be lit. Well done. Very well done. So anyway, that's the last time that I was in San Juan Capistrano. And so I am like a little bit excited to go back there. Um That'll be fun. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I think it's gonna be hot, and it is about an hour away, so I will be sitting in the tundra for an hour, so I can't really be wearing my stand-up jeans. You guys know when you have, like, a pair of jeans that you're like, "I'll wear them to the event if we're standing the whole time, but if at any point we have to sit down, I can't wear these because 'cause they're too tight." You know, I have a pair of jeans like that, that I be looking snatched in, which if we're being honest, I do not need to look snatched at this show. It's like an old guy band. There's gonna be no prospects for me there as far as men go. Um, so there's genuinely no reason why I would need to look snatched. But I do want to look cute. So I guess we'll see. You know what's crazy too is this ultrasound. They literally said that I have to drink 32 ounces of water 1 hour before the appointment, and then I can't pee because I have to have a full bladder during for the exam. Like, my bladder needs to be full for the exam. And for someone like me who pees, like, every fucking 25 minutes, I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit freaked out about this, about that part. Because you know when you just, like, nobody wants to have to pee. Nobody wants to continue to have a full bladder. You know, you can't even enjoy yourself. You know, like when you're out and about or whatever and you have to pee and you're like, I literally need to get this out so I can enjoy this time that I'm having wherever I'm at, or like at the movies. Like you can try to hold your pee until the end of the movie, but like now the last half of the movie is ruined because you had to fucking pee the whole time. And now you can't even stay for the after credit scene because your body knows the movie's over and it needs to go to the bathroom now. So I am a little bit worried about doing that, having a full bladder for that, but I don't know, we'll see. I'd like to get it over with and maybe have a nice lunch with my dad and my brother. My dog will get to spend time at his nana's house, my mom and dad's house, where they have an insane dog over there, young, 1-year-old insane dog. He's crazy. Um and yeah, so that'll be fun. That's what's going on tomorrow. Um, in other news of the week, has anything happened? I don't even know. And we're only 24 minutes into this recording. So, and I barely have anything to talk about, but yeah. Whatever happened to house parties for Halloween? I know I just presented that as a question, even though I do know the answer. I know that nobody has a house. Nobody has a house anymore. Okay. We're all living in teeny tiny apartments. And there is no house to be throwing a party at. And your parents, they be having houses, okay? Lucky them. And when we were teenagers or, young adults, sometimes we were able to throw parties at those houses. And that's why we were able to, have house parties, which was nice. House parties are, um, I don't know. I don't love them. I don't hate them. But in the interest of saving money, I don't want to go out to the bar. But this year, I want to go out for Halloween. I want to dress up as something really freaking cute. I have a couple of ideas that I would like to execute. And the ideas in question are I'm gonna have to actually commit as far as makeup goes. If you guys know me, and if you don't, now you do, I do not like makeup. I do not like face makeup. Okay. I don't even barely like watching, makeup tutorials because when they be putting the concealer under their eyes and in between their forehead and like dragging it up here and patting it down and then powdering their face and all that kind of stuff, it makes me sick to my stomach. Okay. I am blessed that I have clear skin now, and so I don't really have to worry about doing the whole foundation thing, okay? I like a little blush on the cheeks and a little lip stain, okay? And maybe I'll brush through my eyebrows with like a little eyebrow, color and like see, I don't even fucking know. I don't even know what they're called. I know what they're called. It just doesn't come to me right away because I don't fucking use it. But like a wow brow from Elf. Okay, that's how you know that I'm not really into makeup too, because all of my makeup is Elf because it's all usually, I mean, it all used to be $1. They're up to like $6 now for some of their stuff, but I like Elf. Okay, it's affordable, it's basic, and I don't need a lot, and that's how I like to keep it. So but my idea for Halloween is I really want to be sexy Art the Clown. Okay, with the flower glasses. And I could make the suit, hand make it. I could sew the suit and I could make it tight, and I could be body out here. You know what I'm saying? I could be snatched Art the Clown. But if I did that, not only would I have to wear a damn shiesty, but I would also have to paint my face completely white all over, okay? And then I would have to wear black lipstick around my mouth and black eyeliner around my eyes and cover up my eyebrows and do the thin little eyebrows too. Okay, I'm not going to do all of that if there's not a really cool event where I can show out with that type of costume. Okay, if there's something more low key, I would also like to be a garden gnome. How fucking cute would I be as a garden gnome, girl? Oh my god, I already have the stuff in my closet. Like, I already have it. So it wouldn't even be that hard to execute that costume, but a garden gnome would be really fucking cute. Okay. And if it's just a very casual event, then okay. Garden gnome would be very cute. Okay. Another costume that I would like to do is just a clown in general. I think bitches be looking really hot with clown makeup, okay? And I'm talking hot clown. I do Here's my thing about Halloween. Rarely do I dress up as a female character, okay? Usually, if I'm going somewhere, so, my niece she's gonna be 17 this year, but when she was younger and we would go trick or treating, I would be some form of Danny DeVito, okay? Some kind of Danny DeVito from some kind of episode of It's Always Sunny or whatever, okay? One time I did sexy Thomas Jefferson. I will insert a picture if I can obtain one, but goddamn was that the sickest costume. It really was good, and it was handmade. My mother made me this sexy colonial coat. Okay, I sprayed my hair white and it had no pants on, just ruffly booty shorts. I was showing out. And that year, my friends and I all had really good costumes. Like my friend Sarah was straight up Jessica Rabbit, and she was hot as hell. And a lot of us had really good costumes, and we went to our mutual friend had a rap show over on 2nd and PCH before it was 2nd and PCH. When there was, like, that weird hotel there, there was a rap show there, and we went there for to see him in the show, and, I don't know if it was Halloween night, I think it might have been Halloween night, but damn, I showed out, dude. Sexy Thomas Jefferson fucking went off, and I had these fucking high-ass heels too. I looked like little fucking colonial boots, and I had a scroll, which was the Declaration of Independence with the little fucking feather, pen, and I was walking around talking about, I wrote this Declaration of Independence." I was, like, pulling the scroll apart, showing everybody. I had a whole ass prop, dude. Sexy Thomas Jefferson, let's fucking go. That was probably my best costume that I've ever done for Halloween, okay? But since then, there hasn't really been a good event to go to for Halloween that I would want to commit to a fucking costume. You know what I mean? Heidi Klum's doing it big every fucking year because she like throws a huge party and there's like a red carpet. I mean, that's why she was a fucking worm. Every year she's something so insane because she knows there's going to be tons of photos and tons of people to show it to, and she's going to be showing out, gonna have a fucking party. It's gonna be a whole thing, okay? I haven't had that, my friend group hasn't had that in a long time, okay? And I know that we're not having house parties anymore because nobody has houses. And that's really sad. That's really sad. That's an epidemic, to be honest. We need to get back to the house party of it all. And I'm talking once a year, okay? I'm not trying to go to a kickback. Y'all remember kickbacks? Yo, not the fucking kickbacks, dude. That really got me fucked up thinking about a damn kickback. A kickback is when you went to your homie's garage and you smoked cigarettes and smoked weed and drank whatever fucking beer was the cheapest. It was usually natty ice, natty light. Maybe you played some beer pong and maybe there was a fucking damn speaker going with some fucking music. Okay? But that was a garage hangout. I used to hang out in a garage with some people, and that is what we call a kickback. Do I wanna go to a kickback now? Hell no, girl. Hell no, do not sign me up for a kickback. I'm kicking back right now. This is a kickback. What we're doing right now, me, Aria, Bronk, Frank's in the other room, okay? We're not smoking, we're not drinking, but we are kicking back. So no, I don't want to go to a kickback, but I do want to go to a damn party and throw it. Throw it up, girl. I don't think that's what people say actually. Throw it up. That sounds gross. Throw a good party. If I had a house to do so, I definitely would. Okay. My apartment is like 10 feet by 10 feet. Okay. This wall right here, there's a wall right behind you over there too. It's small. It's small in here, but I am small girl. So I don't need a lot of space. But I do not have the space to host, which is unfortunate. So I am really interested, if you know of any events that are, even if they are out in public at a bar or some kind of venue, I still might be interested in that. But I am going to need to know soon what is the vibes because, I'm going to likely need to hand make the costume that I wear. So, I want to commit. I want to commit to a cool costume for once. When I did Sexy Thomas Jefferson, girl, that was in 2009, 2010 maybe. That was a long time ago. So, you know, it's it's time now. So anyway, yeah, I really want to be sexy Art the Clown with the flower glasses. You know what? Let's talk about the Terrifier for a second. I just saw the Terrifier last week. Okay. I said I've never seen the Terrifier. You know, which one should I watch? I know there are a few. Okay. There are three. Okay. Even though he's also in some other movie called like something else. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it because I can't remember exactly what it was. But Art the Clown. Let me just say this: the Terrifier is camp. Okay, that's the only way to describe the Terrifier. It is camp as fuck, and that's not a bad thing. Okay, it's not a bad thing, but it is very, very campy. Okay, it is way over the top, way ridiculous. Okay, but what I really like about it is Art's having the time of his life. He is having so much fun doing these murders. Okay, the guy is thriving, and I love that for him. He's cracking up. He's pouring bleach on a girl, laughing his ass off. Okay, we do not see that amongst our other most popular killers in our Halloween uh eras or whatever. You know, nobody's ever as stoked as Art, okay? And that's what I really like about him. I will say that in the first Terrifier 1, the two girls in the opening scene, I thought that it was going to be an opening scene. And I'm like, oh, he's going to kill these two girls. And then that's going to be the opening scene. Then he's going to go on, it's going to be like, oh, a year later or whatever. No, actually, the opening scene goes on until the end of the movie. So I was a little bit frazzled in that way. Like I was waiting for those two girls to just die, simply die, but they didn't. They didn't. It took a while to get to that point. But you know what? It was still cool. It was still cool. Um, I really did not understand the whole fucking homeless lady living in the tires building or whatever. Whatever. Her with her fake baby. I don't know. I don't know what exactly that added to the story, but I thought she was gonna pair up with him, like, you know what I mean? I thought she was gonna also be crazy and kinda help him lure some, people in to kill, but it turns out she was actually just, a houseless person suffering with some, mental health issues. So it's kinda hard, I kinda feel bad when I talk about her now because it's like she's just a fucking person struggling, you know what I mean? She's just living here. This is just somewhere where she found shelter, Give her a fucking break. She ends up, you know and she tries to fucking tell that stupid ass janitor that, people's getting slaughtered downstairs. He's, listening to loud music or whatever. Anyway, in the second one, Terrifier 2, the acting was so heinous from the mother of the teenage girl and the teenage boy that I could not look past it. Okay. Some things you can't look past. Okay. And this is why we need to make sure that our actors are, doing their job. This bitch should have never been cast. And you know what? I'm about to look her up and make sure that she was not cast in any other movie because acting is not her forte. The mother. And she did get slaughtered at some point. I think he, ripped her head off or something like that. But the whole situation with also, spoiler alert, I forgot to say that. I mean, the Terrifier is pretty old, so if you haven't seen it, then I am sorry. But yeah, in Terrifier 2, when the friend gets murdered and he's doing all this heinous stuff to her and he's peeling her skin off and he's pouring salt and bleach on her wounds and she's not dead, that is camp. It is camp that he does some of this, some of the stuff happens to these characters and they do not die. There's no way. There's no way this person is still alive after this. I'm really surprised that they thought, it would be, uh, appropriate. Yeah, it's so fucking camp, and I don't know, I think that Art the Clown has really got some charisma. I think he has some charisma. I think that he is aligned and he is living in his purpose by doing what he is doing. I mean, he is obviously thriving, and I love that about him. And now I love Art the Clown now. I'm a big fan. Okay, am I a big fan of the Terrifier movies? I don't know. We will see. I have heard, so I haven't seen Terrifier 3, which is the newest one. I think it came out in like 2023 or 2024. Okay. And word on the street is, people were throwing up in the theater or whatever because of the gore. It's campy ass gore, though, as far as I know from the Terrifier series. So I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. Um, Gore, it doesn't really, you know, it it'll make anybody a little queasy, but it's the body horror that really gets me, dude. Have you guys seen the fucking Substance? Spoiler alert for the Substance with Demi Moore. There is absolutely no reason why they needed to make that movie. I am so serious when I say it was very unnecessary, and I do not appreciate, them putting that out into the world, okay? I went into The Substance thinking it was a movie about stardom and, like, the toxic nature of being a star, being a woman star, aging out of being a starlet and stuff like that. Girl, no. Girl, no, it was so much worse. It was so much worse. And you know how there's like sometimes scenes will be like it's like the tension between two perspectives is like you're looking at this and then you're looking at the other side of it, like this person's view and this person's view and this person's view and this person's view, and kind of goes back and forth to like create this tension. That happened a lot in The Substance, but it went on way too long. Way too long, these shots, dude, and the whole ending sequence, which I'm just saying, it was so unnecessary, the ending sequence of this movie. The concept was there. Conceptually, I understand the film, and it could have been cool for me to watch. But since I don't like body horror, and I kinda went into this not really realizing that it was body horror, then unfortunately, I got myself into something that I shouldn't have gotten into. Same thing with Tusk by Kevin Smith. Don't fucking watch that, especially if you think Kevin Smith's making a funny movie. Girl, no. Girl, no. Tusk is about a doctor, scientist, whatever the fuck, who kidnaps a man and turns him into a man walrus, and it's fucking horrific. It's unnecessary. It's bad. And I don't know what Kevin Smith was talking about. I'm not saying that he made a bad movie. I'm saying that it wasn't for me. And this is how I know that I don't like body horror. And it was Justin Long. And he screams, he's like screaming to escape the walrus body that's made out of I think it's made out of multiple other people's bodies because walruses are fucking huge. And this crazy scientist dude It's like some human centipede type shit. He builds a fucking human flesh and bone body, walrus body, and puts Justin Long's like face in it and gives him big tusks, i.e., the name Tusk. Okay. I'm just telling you guys what movies to avoid if you don't fucking like body horror, which I do not. Okay. And a lot of these movies, I go into it not knowing it's body horror and then I'm fucking sick by the end of it. And there's a new movie with Dave Franco and his wife, who I always forget her name, called Together. And the trailers look really cool, and I like that, I like a little horror movie. But, I read a synopsis about it recently, and it was like, "Oh, this is, like, the best body horror of the year," and I was like, "Fuck. It's a body horror? I don't like that." I don't like that. I will watch somebody getting stabbed or decapitated or, some crazy fucking, getting burned up or whatever, like they do in the Terrifier, even though it's hella campy, you know. I'll watch that. But the body horror situation, girl, no. No, 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 no. It's not for me. We'll just say that. It's not for me. I gotta hold on to Hank because I'm getting sick just thinking about these body horror movies. But the Terrifier is cool and I really want to be Art the Clown for Halloween. So drop the function um in the comments. I'm actually gonna start saying that because I was hanging out with a friend the other day and they were saying that they were at a punk show and I thought that they said function. I don't know why I thought that they said function, but I was like, "Oh, you were at a function?" And they were like, "No, I was at a punk show." And I was like, "Oh." I was like, "That's funny because who the fuck calls it the function?" Me now. I'm gonna call it the function now. I've been thinking about it ever since, and I'm like, that's actually pretty cool. Like, I probably shouldn't have clowned this person for calling it the function if they did, because it is actually, roll up to the function, you know, drop the function in the comments, where's the function at for Halloween? So I'm gonna go ahead and start saying that. You guys can clown me if you want. That is fine. I almost clowned my friend for it, so that's okay. Um, yeah, anyway, I'm really excited for Halloween and to be honest, bring on the fall. Starbucks has officially brought back the pumpkin spice menu and you know what? All is good in the world. Even though I don't be going to Starbucks, and even if I could afford it, I would. I just fucking got a text, sorry. Um I would well, fuck, what was I even saying? Girl, let me silence this. Oh, Starbucks. Yeah, I really do not be drinking Starbucks because I can't afford it and we really don't want to be spending money like that. But I do have a drink order at Starbucks, which is very addicting and it does involve the pumpkin spice sauce. So it will be hard to stay away from it. But, it's actually not that hard to stay away from places when you don't even have money to be there. That's also what makes me a laze. I think like leaving the house costs money and I don't have any money. Okay. It's difficult for me to step outside because every time you fucking step outside, it's a goddamn $100. So I be isolating, in the house, making sure I don't spend any money. But anyway, the lore of the pumpkin spice season is upon us, and I am actually very excited about that. That is good news to me. And I really appreciate that in the end. So yeah. Uh I think that'll do it for me today. Thanks for sticking by for this episode, an evening episode here at the crib in my jammas and these sunglasses because that light is piercing and I can't find the damn um uh girl, I can't. I can't even say anything more. I'm losing steam. So I'm gonna let you go. Anyway, I still would really love to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the year. Please share my clips on Instagram if you come across them and if you laugh. Maybe someone else will laugh at it. So share it if you fuck with it. If you don't fuck with it, that's fine. You could just, move on. You don't even listen to me. But 100 subscribers by the end of the year would be really fucking cool. So subscribe to the channel, follow the show on Spotify and Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, and leave a comment about the function, girl. Where the function at? Or whatever it is that people say usually. So anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 15 girl of Insufferable with me, your host Lindsay Howe, and I will see you next week. Okay, goodbye.